Guys and girls, it's Know It time!
Alright, today I'm going to start on your next section on geometric, and this is called geometric series. Geometric series. How hard is geometric series? Not that hard. Sorry? I'm going to show you later. So guys and gals, it's Know It time. I'm not going to draw the picture today to save time, but you should know what it looks like. Here is, I'm going to show you the difference. A lot of students get mixed up between sequence and series. You have to know the difference. If I give you 3, 6, 12, ... See, this is called a simple TN, which means find the term. Okay, very, very simple. Look how I'm going to change the question now. And by the way, this is called a sequence.
Why do you have a T?
Whoa. T? Yeah, this is an arrow. This is called a sequence. See, that's the definition. A sequence is what's a number at that certain position. Bam, very nice, easy. But now, I'm going to teach you, this is called a series now. You're going to look at the difference. Series is going to be 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus ... Notice, look, the main difference right now. I need you to highlight this. This is adding. Okay. Back when I was your age, when I was bored in math, you know what I do? I have a calculator race with my friends. We would go 1 plus 1, and we keep it in a calculator to see who can hit the fastest. Seriously, this is a similar concept. Okay? Because you probably did that in elementary school when you have a calculator and you go to 1 times 2 and you keep on pressing equal signs so you can type the fastest. The same concept. If I ask you, find the sum of the first 20 terms. Okay. I would get my calculator, go 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus so on, so up to 20. But it takes too long. And the key word I want to highlight is sum. If it's a sum, we can't use Tn anymore because Tn is term. So we're going to use a new formula, Sn. Sn stands for superno. Seriously, that's what Sn stands for. So Sn equals to A over 1 minus r to the power of n over 1 minus r.
You said A over.
Oh, A bracket 1 minus r n, so on, so on. I will give you this formula on your exam, my gift to you. Why am I giving it to you? Because it doesn't help you to remember this formula.
Should have went strawberries.
So that's your formula. A, now Sn really stands for sum. That's what Sn is. Okay. Well, A and R, you know what A and R is already. Exact same thing as the first one. Guys, I'm going to pause it. Let you have a crack. Again, if you need help, I'm just going to set up for you. Here, I'm looking for Sn. Because I'm asking what's the sum of the first 20 terms. Just plug it in. Very, very simple. 3, 1 minus 2 to the power 20. Over 1 minus 2. Guys, gals, work with the brackets first. A lot of people make mistakes because they don't work with the brackets first. And take your time. So I'm going to load up my calculator. Yep. Hey, question. 6 minus 3 for what? Whoa. Plus and minus. We're talking about plus and minus. There's only plus, there's no minus. Okay. So this is going to be, I'm going to work with bracket first. I go 1 minus 20 to the power of, whoa, not 20. 2 to the power of 20. So you had to work with this first. Get you some insane number. Multiply this by 3. And I divide it by -1. And you should have 3,145,725. That's it. And this is called your sum formula. 4, 5. Your homework. Yeah, I am joking. So guys, this is called TN. Now, I'm going to change the question a bit just to make it more interesting. What if I give you this? You got to be careful what the question is asking you. 1 over 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus ... up to 2097152. My question to you is, I'm going to ask you two things. One, how many terms are there? Terms are there? And finally, 2, I'm going to ask you, find the sum. I'm going to pause it and let you have a crack at it. Whoop. See, the first question asks you how many terms. It's not asking you for sum in any sort of way. If I see the terms, I'm going to use that Tn formula. Tn equals to AR to the power n minus 1. Now, a lot of students will ask, Mr. No, but these are plus. It doesn't matter if they're plus or minus. You have to look at the wording in the question. It says how many terms. That's a Tn formula. So plug it in. 2097152 equals to 0.5 times 4 to the power of n minus 1. And all we're going to do is just isolate. Same thing as yesterday's lesson. And you should have n equals to... Anyone have an answer for n yet? 12? N equals to 12. Now, why do I need this? Well, really, you need this to answer number 2. Because the thing is, if I ask you to find a sum right off the bat, I don't know what n is. Now you know what n is, we can go back to do number 2. We're going to go S12 equals to what's that formula? 0.5 times 1 minus 4 to the power 12 over 1 minus 4. So I just use the formula. And again, guys and gals, make sure you do the brackets first. If you don't, you're going to make errors. And do not go 1 minus 4 is 3, 3 to the power 12. That doesn't work. Okay? So punch this all in. Again, keep it simple. 1 minus 4 to the power 12 times 0.5 divided by -3. Bada bing, bada boom. And you should have 2796202.5. That's 2796296 202.5. Voila. See, the problem with this is it takes too long because I have to find n. Now, there's actually one more formula. It's to help you out. It's a shortcut formula. How to find s. How to find sum.
Or just that little simple. One over.
When you are given the last term. Given the last term. See, if I give you the last term, you would have to find Tn first and you would have to find n. It takes too long. But there's one last formula as a shortcut. Given the last term. This formula only works if you're given the last term. We're going to go exact same thing. 0.5 plus 2 plus 8 plus ... 2097152. Here is your second formula, and it's the last one for today. I call this SN part 2, super no returns. A minus R L over 1 minus R. There's one new letter in there. You can probably figure out what it stands for. That L. Last term. Length, please. Last term. Okay. So guys, sub it in right now. You go 0.5. Keep it simple. Plus, again, I know my R hasn't changed. It's 4. Put in your last term right now, which is 209. Whoa. Whoa. I was testing you guys. Good, you passed the test. Minus 2097152 over 1 minus 4. Sub it in, and you will get exactly what I got here, except I did it in one shot without using TN formula. This is called SN part 2. It can only be used if you're given the last term, no other time. And you will get the exact same thing. Okay. And I'm going to write a few things down. Star. Doo-doo. Only use this formula if you are given the last term. Okay. Given the last term. This formula only works if you have the first, last, and R. Guys and gals, that now ends your lesson for today. Your work. Page. There's one question that you didn't do before I want to go, that I saved to now. Page 47. Okay. Numero. No, I think it was 16 to 17. That's it. Page. We're not done yet. There's only 2 questions. 49. Numero 1 to 10. That's it. You will have a quiz on this on Monday, like every other day. We will finish this chapter next week. I plan out we only need 4 more lessons on this chapter, then we're done. We will start the last 2 units in May 1st and gear up the last 2 units. People's mark normally drop by 10%. It's very challenging.